Okay, Coach, you guys complete the sweep of Kansas. Just give me your thoughts on the series as a whole.
Well, every series you want to come in and win all 3 games, and it's really hard to do against a really good team. Kansas is, I think they came into the weekend on top of the table, as you like to say. So we knew we had our hands full, but I thought the big, kind of the opening thing for the weekend was eliminating the big inning. And I think we did a really good job of getting hits when it mattered, and our pitchers did a really good job of executing pitches in some big situations. Today you think about Sloan yesterday, bases loaded. There was traffic. It wasn't simple. It's a really good offensive team, and I thought, they rose to the occasion and made awesome pitches when people are on base. So I think that was the difference, kind of clutch hitting and clutch pitching in big situations to come away with a sweep, which is great.
You challenged your team on Tuesday night, just energy, effort, all of the above. You feel like they responded in the way that you hoped this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, sometimes when, you kind of have to bring your own energy some midweek games where, the environment isn't what you're used to, and I didn't think we did that. And, on weekends like this when they have a bunch of people in the stands and it's a conference series, it's a lot easier. So, but I thought they played hard. They played, fundamental baseball, not a ton of defensive mishaps, and pitched it well through strikes, and did a good job with 2 strike and 2 out hitting.
For your young pitching staff to hold that offense down the way that you guys did consistently, what can that do for you guys going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't really consider them young anymore. I mean, they've done a good job of pitching in a lot of different situations. Mason has started games. He's pitched in high leverage situations out of the bullpen. He's a long reliever. He's a short reliever. So he's kind of done a lot of different things. And I think you saw the next guy would have been Caden Smith right behind him. And, you saw what he did last Friday against BYU. I think he went, 3 scoreless for us to be able to walk it off in the last game. So, it's exciting to be able to see those guys continue to make steps and make strides. And, we've built this team on youth, on high school players, with a sprinkling of, obviously some portal stuff. But for the most part, I mean, you look at our lineup and you look at the guys that we're throwing, it's a lot of youth, and which is exciting.
Caden had a great start today, bounced back after a rough last outing.
Yep.
How's he feeling? How do you feel about his performance?
Yeah, he felt great. He actually didn't want to come out, but I felt like, coming on the heels of him not feeling super, awesome his last outing, and it was kind of right around that 50, 60 pitch mark. And so, I felt like he did what he needed to do. I thought the run that he gave up 2, but I thought there was the first run he gave up, obviously the solo homer, but then in the 4th inning, he gave up 1 and then struck the last guy out to get out of the inning without any more damage. So again, eliminating the big inning was key, and I thought Cademan did a really good job of that. All good?
Thanks, Coach.
All right. Go Frogs. Good job, Tony.
How are y'all doing?
How are you, Tony?
Good. Thank you.
Big series win against top team in the conference. How important is this for you guys as you hit the stretch?
It's really good. Gave us our momentum back after a rough Tuesday game, but we believed in ourselves, believed in the process, and believed in God. So that's all that matters, and continue to trust in ourselves, trust in God, and the rest will take care of itself.
Coach kind of challenged you guys Tuesday after that loss to UPA, wanted you guys to bring more energy. He mentioned that it's a little bit easier to do on the weekend series, but as one of the veterans on this team, do you feel like you guys got the message?
Oh, yeah. From top to bottom, our team, we all love each other. There's a lot of funny guys on the team, so that helps with a bunch of energy. In the dugout, on the field, too. Can't stop talking to the guys next to me. So, we do a great job with that, not only on the field but off the field, too. That camaraderie that our team has is great, and I couldn't ask for a better team.
A couple of you guys have described this offense as relentless and gritty. How much pride do you guys take in being able to strike for 3 and 4 runs in big innings like that?
Yeah, I mean, hitting is contagious, obviously. So once we start to get the ball rolling, it takes a lot to stop it. So I feel like our offense is really good, and Kansas was a really good team. They had some really good pitching. But I think just the grittiness in our lineup helps a lot, and us stringing those 4 runs together early on really helped us and helped our momentum for the rest of the game. game. So.
You guys had to kind of win in 3 different ways offensively, but the one thing that was consistent was your pitching, holding that offense, that Public Kansas offense down. Playing behind, just a rotation like that and a group of guys like that, what's that like for you defensively?
It's awesome. We know that they're going to throw strikes, and we're going to be able to make the plays right behind them. So it's kind of a yin and yang thing. We trust each other to make pitches, and then they trust us to make plays. So, just that camaraderie just really helps everyone trust each other, and So.
Jack Bell had a couple highlight plays at third base, and you get the best view of the house with him defensively. What has he brought in that hot corner?
He's a great guy. I love him. I've known him since before here, so he's a great guy, and I know he's a wizard at third base. So couldn't ask for a better guy next to me either.
Coach talked a little bit about building this team on like high school kids and the young players that have come in here on top of sprinkling in some transfers and stuff. What is it about the young players on this team that are contributing?
I mean, honestly, they're really hard workers, and they don't play like they're freshmen. So they just come with the grit, and they're not scared of anything. They'll take whatever they have in front of them head on, and kind of reminds me of 2 years ago with my freshman class with Carson Bowen and Cole Klecker and all those guys. So kind of reminds me of that, gives me a little deja vu, and we're really all proud of them, and everyone's in everyone's corner. So I couldn't ask for better guys there.
You guys are hitting the last couple of weeks of the regular season. You've seen a bunch of different types of TCU teams in your time here. What is the ceiling for this group?
National championship, that's the ceiling. So we're not going to stop till we get that.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Mason, Coach mentioned it. You've come out of the bullpen. You've come out in clean situations, messy situations. At this point in the year, what do you feel is your biggest strength as a pitcher?
Man, I mean, I feel like my biggest strength is just being able to get out there and pound the zone. Being able to put up the zeros as much as possible, regardless of coming in with, we're down by 3 or if we're up by 7. I feel like for me, I have the same mentality. I just think go up there and pound the zone and help out my team the best I can.
Pitched with a lot of emotion. I've saw a lot of emotion out of you guys all weekend. Is that just a factor of this being a big conference series against the leader, or is that just where you guys are at this point in the season?
Yeah, I feel like going into this, we knew there was a big-time series that we needed to win and, better not sweep, and I feel like for us being able to go out there and show off all these emotions and be ourselves, I feel like really helped us get this series win.
What can a win like this against, at the time they're top of the standings, do for you guys going into?
Going into it, I feel like it gives us a lot of confidence, knowing that, hey, we can beat anybody. I feel like being able to go out there and dominate and have fun, I feel like that's our key factor in order to win.
Coach has mentioned you guys don't get to be young anymore, but we've talked to a lot of freshmen this weekend because you guys are the ones making a lot of these plays. What's it like to be a part of a group like that at this point in the season being counted on?
We understood coming into this. We had a pretty good class coming into TCU. We knew that we had to contribute a lot, and being able to have those older guys be able to take us under their wings and accept us, really I feel like gives us the confidence to go out there and perform to our best capabilities.
When you signed with TCU, was this why? Did you think that you would be counted on in these high leverage moments your first year on campus?
I knew that I feel like with the relationship that I've built with Lawson, Lon, and JD, I feel like being able to have those guys, trust me, I feel like being able to come in here knowing that I was going to be put in these situations really helped me out a lot.
You had a few innings where you had a couple base runners to work around, got to like third or second. How much pride do you take in being able to work out of those jams?
I feel like that's one of my key. That's one of the big things I do very well. Being able to go out there and still have the confidence regardless of what the situation is. I feel like one thing that I take pride in is making sure that nobody scores. I feel like that's a big factor that I have in order to help my team win and whatnot. Perfect.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.